Okay, welcome everyone back to the Mile Extra. Today I have someone I know really well, actually, Louise Watson. I guess we'll dive into it, Louise, with who are you today? I know you've got a bit of a history doing a few things, but let's go to who you are today and what your day-to-day looks like.
Oh, what my day to day looks like. So I am Louise Watson, the owner of BOSSLADY. So actually started it as Louise Watson Fitness at Snap Fitness back in 2000 and maybe 16, I think.
Might have
I,
been longer ago. You're making us look old now, but anyway,
I know.
carry on.
No. Was fortunate enough to have a position at Snap pretty much like 2 weeks out from graduating. And building my business from there. And obviously, in a day and age where I call it Chat Daddy, AI didn't exist. It was a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Just sort of generating leads and working with people the old school way, essentially, like through conversations and building relationships and community, and way before social media had its advantage, I guess you would say. I work one-on-one in person with my personal training clients. I have a fitness app as well now, which is really cool, which has been great being able to take the brand like around the world, slowly, slowly getting into other countries, but obviously primarily into New Zealand. It's been great being able to build the business to just under 100 clients. The next goal is 200. I'm from there, and I've done it all on my own, so it's been a ride.
Yeah, that's awesome. By 100 clients, you're meaning direct debit clients there for people listening?
Yeah, so that's the combo of online and in person.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And so what are you trying to build bigger there, primarily the debit base or both?
Yeah, more the online, just to sort of get the brand and the support and the community in other countries around the world as well, not just New Zealand. Being able to sort of stretch that boss lady impact and how I coach and how I run the community and that level of support, like nationwide and worldwide.
Yeah. So what is Boss Lady? Do you want to break that down? Because it's got a few different components for people who have never heard of you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I guess when you hear the word, it's more like it's an attitude. It's like a power statement. It's confidence, it's strength, it's all of those things wrapped in one. Like, when you're becoming a boss of your health and fitness goals, it sort of domino effects into every area of your world and of your life as well. So it's not just the fitness space, and that's where we're talking about the mental health or other aspects of your world. When you feel good and when you work out, it's going to affect every area of your world, and including like the people you surround yourself with and just all the things that you do, essentially.
So are you trying to make people feel like a bit of a boss in their
Yeah.
life? So you're trying to empower people to feel better and like a bit of a boss.
Absolutely, because there's always like a big difference upon like meeting someone at the start, and they might be very reluctant to share their progress photos, or very reluctant to get started in general. But then when you sort of see them 6 months down the track, you've got like a whole attitude shift, mindset change, physical appearance can change as well, but everything else is sort of a byproduct of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your boss, I guess, label run through your private life too? Does your partner think you're the boss, or how far does the boss lady go?
I'm the
Does
boss.
your mother think you're a boss? Or...
Oh my God. Yeah, well, my nephew, Mason, he's only 11 and he's funny. And every time he drives past I've had a few billboards, and he's always saying like, do these people know who Boss Lady is? He's like super cute. Super cute, super proud.
That's awesome. One thing I've noticed now, which is interesting, and you were saying when you first started at the gym, it was a lot of old school stuff. Like you couldn't lean into AI, you couldn't lean into tech as much. It was more like literally speaking and trying to close people in person.
Yeah.
And I think that skill is getting a bit more lost. I notice with younger people now, they find it harder to conversate. So counter to the way everything is running now, I actually find being able to do that is becoming an advantage, and a bit of a lost advantage that some people don't have anymore. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the biggest thing that's been a bit of a secret weapon has been rejection, in terms of like generating those leads and sales, but also having to have those conversations and stripping things back to old school, what do they call it, essentially old school, and being able to handle that rejection with ease and still sort of feel good within yourself, right? Because it's obviously, it's not a perception of, it's just a perception of what the individual values, not your actual business or your product or what you're offering. It's just sort of often what someone perceives as value for themselves. Like when it comes to investing in themselves, no matter what it is, whether it be like a jet ski or a personal training session or whatever that might look like, they might just value different things, and it's not always a reflection of your brand or product.
Yeah. Nah, it's interesting because I feel like, I just feel like it's becoming a bit of a lost art. So, and if that is the case, people who can speak or speak one-to-one in real life will end up with an advantage, weirdly, even though that's an old school thing and it's not techie and it's kind of not new. I feel like that being able to talk one-to-one it could be the differentiator when everyone has AI and everyone has tech in the future and everyone's using it. Much of a competitive advantage anymore. And ironically, the being able to do the old school thing might be.
Yeah. And I feel like it comes from confidence too. I feel like sometimes I've met people that might be very, very well known on social media or something like that, but they can't hold a conversation and have very much they don't have very many social skills, but they can be funny and entertaining online or vice versa. You know, it's just interesting just how things have changed and shifted so much from the OG sort of way of doing things where I built the brand from.
Interesting. Yeah, I personally think you still got to get in front of people. I do it with real estate sales and everything.
Yeah, they just really value that. And I just remembered something that I did to sort of implement that was back at the Women's Expo in 2000 maybe a couple of years ago now. And I had this thought process that sort of stemmed back from when I started my business, and I decided to do the Women's Expo in Tauranga, and I just got the smallest stand possible. Can't even remember, I think it was like a couple of meters by a couple of meters, and I decided to not sell anything. So I didn't sell anything because everyone was already selling gin, just all the things, food,
everything. Yeah.
And I thought, what could I do different in a space where people are being hounded to buy things, right? So I just set up my little stand with a couple of iPads, some BOSSLADY lanyards, some pink and black jelly beans, and I was giving people a recipe book in return for their email details, and just building my email campaign and just building those relationships. And I mean, it is hard to kind of gauge the correct numbers and figures from that, but I feel like that had more purpose as opposed to just trying to convert all these leads and sales on the spot. Like, it's about how you make people feel. Yeah. So that was really cool. That was quite cool to do that. Just the Women's Expo, just doing the small things exceptionally well.
What was that? Sorry, just doing the small things exceptionally well.
Yeah, like stripping it back. And I remember even one thing that I've done a couple of times is like handwritten Christmas cards. You know.
Yeah.
Christmas cards. We love that.
Yeah. It's trying to make a difference. And like a lot of people talk about AI and things now, and I guess if you're at the forefront of AI and you implement it faster than someone else, you will have a competitive advantage for a little while. But once everyone does that, there's no advantage because everyone does it. So those old school things, like you were saying, who's going to handwrite a Christmas card? Nobody.
Yeah.
Who's going to want to go up and close people in real life? Not nobody, but less.
Yeah.
So those old school things, ironically, when everyone's trying to look the other way, I think they're going to become more of an advantage in the future.
Definitely. And I think that's why I've held on to in-person PT for such a long time, because I mean, I love human interaction and one-to-one, but also it's something that's fading out a little bit with obviously AI and stuff like that. And there's so much readily available for you, but having that support and connection with someone and a coach in your corner. So when people message me or work with me, they are working with me. It's not generated and it's not someone else messaging them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think there's always a place for it. And yeah, even now, a lot of the time, like people could probably not go to uni for a lot of stuff, but they still do. And I think some of that's because they like a bit of a skeleton or a rubric to follow instead of just having to find everything. They can follow something, but also they have a real life person in front of them. They have other people in the class with them. I think a lot of that is just the bonding and the human connection, and because you can nearly learn anything just online now, but it's probably more of a human way to be there with everybody. Whether you end up at the same result or not, I think there's always a place for humans. Are always going to have a place for humans, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. 100% agree with that.
Okay, well, I know a bit of your story, but people don't. listening do not. So where are you from originally? I know you're not from here, but where did you grow up where as a kid?
I'm from Christchurch, so I actually moved up here 6 weeks before the Christchurch earthquake. Yeah, so the timing was a little uncanny, but obviously I'm meant to be here, and that was 15 years ago.
So you're brought up as a child, brought up in Christchurch?
Yeah, brought up in Christchurch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was that other than cold?
It was good. It was a bit challenging, but it was good. Yeah.
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 So I guess has any of your upbringing in your childhood, has that sort of helped create who you are today at any degree?
Yeah, I guess it was real interesting. I was going through some of my school certificates and bits and pieces, and I've always kind of been involved with the likes of like believing in yourself and backing yourself, but I guess I didn't really understand the depth of that until going through different things. And even when I was a little bit younger, I used to have a chili bin. I used to have a chili bin that was my office desk in the laundry, and that was sort of my office space, and it sort of manifested subconsciously.
How old were you at chili bin office point?
I must have been maybe 7 or 8, I think, from memory.
Shit.
Yeah.
So for your parents, what were they like growing up?
Yeah. Oh, my mum was really cool. My mum had this really creative sort of niche, creative knack for things, and we couldn't really always afford, obviously, like the best of the best. And a really good example would be like for mufti days, my mum, she used to work for Fairy Down, and I mean, that's all not AI generated, but it's all machine now, they used to sew by hand. But she would go to the op shop and she would find some cheaper jeans or the Tommy Hilfiger logo off something else and stitch it on some Kmart pants, so we would kind of like fit in and feel the part, even if we weren't, didn't have enough, well, not have enough money, but weren't as well off as what we thought. So it kind of helped create vision and create and sort of install things within myself to see vision and manifest things far before they were in existence, essentially.
Yeah.
So
your mum was a pretty good example of like, you can make shit happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you want.
Creating something from what you've got in front of you. Like that's sort of something that I've been focusing on lately is, when business dips down a little bit, is looking at what you've got in front of you, like not what you don't have, and utilizing the tools and the things that you've got in front of you already.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, because I even found when I own gyms and different things, a lot of the time you can go down these rabbit holes of all the new stuff, but sometimes the basics or the fundamentals don't change. You can always, like when I was building even my last gym I own, the second one, like sometimes you think you need to do all these new things and do new Google ads and do all these things. And I'm like, actually, what helped? I was looking at I was like, how did you build the first 100 or 200 members? You walked the main street and you handed out flyers and you did giveaways and got people's numbers and, the old drill in the gym, get referrals and batter on. And I'm like, well, you did a couple of 100 people like that. Why don't you just go back to that again?
Yeah.
And you don't always need all these. It's good. What is that? It's kind of a Kiwi thing, isn't it? Number 8 wire or something they call it. So I guess your mother was good in shaping you in that direction by the sound of it. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely. And I guess like coming back to the gym thing, we're always sort of told to look at our competitors in a way, but I feel like my approach is a little bit different. I will look at competitors, but I'll never sort of compare. Essentially, I'm always solely focused on what I'm doing. And when I look at competitors, I don't look at them for inspiration. It's just sort of to get a bit of a feel, like it's never comparison.
Yeah, to get a guide. Because to a lot of degree with the world, I get people ask me these things too. What should I do with this? And what about the work? They go on about big, like macro things like wars or this or that. And I'm like, well, to be honest, unless you're a politician or a pretty big player, you have no control in any of that. So like, you're better off controlling what you can control. That's a different way of saying what you're saying, I think.
Controlling the controllables, right?
Yeah.
If you just focus on the things that you can focus on, that's where all your power and energy is going to be going, and it's going to be feeling a lot better.
because we could sit here and complain about the market and the economy not being that great, but what does that do? Or you could do what you're doing and think I'm going to nail down on these things and pick up my business 10%. You got two options, the whingy, moany, cry option or what you're doing.
Yeah, and I often always think like the best bit of advice is like, well, what's the alternative? Like, what is it? You know, what's the alternative from carrying on?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, that's interesting. When you weren't always into health and fitness, were you? It was a turning point. So what were some of the hardships and challenges you had that sort of made you turn to health and fitness prior to it?
Well, if you go all the way back, not too far back.
Because people like why I'm digging here is people like hearing people don't like if someone's been fit all their life and healthy all their life, and that's great. They walk around, they're 10% body fat.
Yeah.
And they've always been a bit of an athlete. Cool, that's cool too, and good on you. But for the people who aren't in good shape or are listening who think, oh, fuck, why should I even bother? It's going to be too much of a mission. For everyone listening like that, like, that's why I'm trying to pry your story out of you.
Yeah.
Because I know your story and it's important, but it's important for people sitting there who haven't always played sport or been in shape or whatever, because they're the people, it's the hardest path for them.
Yeah, and I guess for some people they have like a turning point moment, or some people don't. Some people just ease into finding a path to make themselves feel better physically and mentally. But my turning point in terms of health and fitness was sitting in the bath, and I had to keep putting extra bubbles in to cover my belly, and I was like, man, I like filled up the bath again, and I was like, man, I'm getting real sick of this filling up this bath shit with more bubbles. And I was like,
the bath, it can't get much water in there, so the bath every year the bath gets
sort it out.
There's two options. I need to sort my shit out or get a bigger fucking bath.
And I was like, shit. So yeah, I actually got out of the bath, and I said to my flatmate and my partner at the time, and I just said, I'm going to join the gym tomorrow. And I think from memory they just both laughed, but I did.
How old were you then?
Oh God,
Roughly.
Maybe like, I'm 35 now. I must have been like 20 something.
Yeah.
20 something. But that's when I joined Snap Fitness, Papamoa, and yeah, just slowly made some changes. But even then, that's still, yeah, it was still learning. It was very early, very different fitness industry back then too. Very different.
Yeah, it was. So that was the sort of bit, I guess, the bit where you go, I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
And how was that when you first started going? It must have been challenging, a lot harder than it would be for you now to show up at the gym, obviously. And now it's become a habit in your life. It's a passion. But when you started, it can't have been the same, surely.
No, like it would be something that you would dread, but I guess it's finding something that you really enjoy, or having someone supportive in your corner, someone to back you and to obviously show you how to do things and be accountable to as well, instead of just winging it and or signing up to the gym and just walking on the treadmill, as a lot of people tend to do.
Yeah.
Or give donations. Weekly donations. That's another point too, when we're talking about donations. That's one thing I really like to do with my clients too, is always reaching out to those people that go quiet. Always reaching back out to those quiet clients too, or quiet members. Always. That's something I learned too.
Yeah. Just touch points and it's not just, it's a good business. It is a good thing to do as a business person, but it's a good thing also to show you give a fuck, that. Yeah,
exactly. And today I went back to this client's house. She has a younger disabled child, and anyway, I normally have to travel to her house to do PT, which is absolutely fine, but maybe like a year or so ago, maybe a little bit longer, I noticed that she sort of dropped off, and I kept reaching out, and then she messaged to let me know that her father had passed away in a car crash. So I had just kept touching base every now and then, and she said to me, like, I'll always remember that you keep reaching out, like, even after. She's like, I'd never even replied to you, like, not even once, but I appreciate you reaching out and checking in on me. And, she was joined up at another gym that never reached out to her at all throughout that period of time when she lost her father. And now she's come back to PT.
These days, you can diarize that. You can just set up reminder. Anyone can do that listening, couldn't they? No matter what their business, you could put it in your CRM, put it in your Google Calendar and it could just, so you don't forget to do it. You can automate that.
Yeah, definitely. But I think I've always been like that. Like even growing up, I used to sort of have this routine of I would ring Nana, Granddad, Auntie, Uncle, my family, and then obviously when I moved from Christchurch to Tauranga, it was, well, there wasn't really Facebook video messaging and stuff. That was all quite new. But it would always be a matter of catching up with all the family is the same way that I've sort of implemented it with my clients and my business as well, like just building those relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the bubble bath point of view, this bath is getting too fucking full and I can't put bubbles in it, to joining the gym, how long did it take for people who don't go to the gym? How long did it take you going to the gym to sort of get in a routine and get in a bit of a rhythm where it wasn't a job anymore and it transitioned to being more of a joy than a job? How long can you remember that?
Probably about 6 months-ish, I would say. I think when things started to feel like I was stronger, I felt like I could move, I would start to look forward to the gym. And I would I couldn't wait to finish work to go to the gym. And I'm like, oh.
Now I'm a Jimmy.
Yes.
Now I'm a gym rat.
Yeah, now I'm a gym rat. I got muscles.
So I guess for anyone listening who's never been in the gym, who wants to start, hang in there, get a trainer. What else have you got for them?
Absolutely.
A bit of momentum to it from what you're saying, losing a bit of weight, putting on a bit of muscle. That'll get the snowball going in the right direction if, I guess the disclaimer is they give it enough time.
Yeah, definitely. And just starting small, like instead of trying to overhaul your entire life like overnight, just doing those small things. It's like if I get a client that, I mean, smoking's not really a big thing anymore, but if I had a client that would say smoke cigarettes, we wouldn't even focus on that to begin with. We would just start on moving the body, getting more water in, and then they'll slowly, naturally probably do that on their own without being told what to do.
Yeah, okay. So just small. It's like that old saying, how do you eat an elephant?
Yeah, one bite at a time.
No, no, wrong. No, you shouldn't eat an elephant. They're fucking endangered. What's wrong with you? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, no, you're right. That's the analogy. You're right. So,
Yeah.
Okay, what's a hard thing you've done in your life that's made your life easier later on?
Oh, probably 2 things. The first one would be losing my gym 6 weeks after being open. I opened my gym 6 weeks before that very first lockdown. And then I come to realize that it wasn't just the building, it's what's within the 4 walls. It was probably like a really good reminder because I was so upset and so concerned about having the space for women to feel good and to feel confident and to feel strong. And then it was sort of taken away, but then sort of stripping it back and understanding that it's not always about the 4 walls, it's about the space and energy inside.
Yeah. Cool. And what's the second one?
I
asked for one. You can do 2 if you like.
Probably leaving my marriage, to be fair.
Yeah, that would have been real hard at the time.
Yeah, but it's probably been, or is, it has been the best thing.
Yeah, and that's often it's hard at the time, but yeah, ironically later it was the best thing to do in hindsight, but very hard to see it at the time. Sometimes you intuitively know doing the hard thing will be better for you, but
definitely.
Yeah, that, for anyone who's been in relationships, and everyone has unless they're 10 years old listening to this, I think everyone could nearly relate to that. Should have broke up with XYZ person sooner but didn't.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a real good example. So on the health buzz these days, obviously you're still into health and fitness. What have you got on the cards? Are you doing anything different for your own health goals these days?
Ooh, been on a big fat loss phase over the last, after the marriage separation. So I didn't just lose over 100 kilos. No. Shredded down, maybe competing in bodybuilding. Cool. Maybe. Not sure yet. Oh,
that's interesting. How much from your top weight you were bubble bath days till you've dropped, how much weight did you drop? Because everyone listening won't know you, so won't know the story. So
I'm assuming it was probably close to like 109 kilos. And then obviously muscle weighs a little bit more than fat. I think I got down to like 60 something kilos, maybe 65.
Yeah. So you're talking 40 odd kilos you lost.
Yeah.
That's massive. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge.
It was massive.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge. And now you just have a little. You just get one of those. You don't even have a normal bath now. You have one of those little ones they put the babies in. I'll buy you that for your birthday, a little baby bath to remind you of the life transition. So, for health, I guess anyone out there, what would be from someone who trains people day in day out, primarily women? What's bang for buck? What's one of the best things someone could do for their health? Who's sitting on the couch now and their bath is getting full?
Oh my gosh. Definitely lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
That's your go-to.
Yeah. Yeah. Ditch the cardio, jumpy, circuity classes and go for weights, lifting.
Go for weights.
Yeah.
And food-wise, what's one? I've asked a couple other people. What's one supplement of action? If you could just pick one supplement, bang for buck, the best supplement, what would you pick? If you had to throw every other one in the bin.
Creatine.
Funny you say that. I said that the other day, saying
Yeah.
creatine. I got glutamine from Amit. I had Amit on here a couple of days ago, who we both know. But yeah, he picked glutamine, which I found real random. And then I also had a woman on a couple of days ago who's in competing triathlon for New Zealand. What did she say? It's funny, everyone's got a different...
Yeah.
Something different, eh? Where, yeah, no one said protein yet, which I found really interesting. But I guess you can eat that quite easily.
Yeah.
So okay, your number one health tip, creatine. I'm on board with you. Just, creatine, why I said it too. It's just bang for buck for dollar as well. If you're not rich, you don't need a lot of money. Creatine's, I think it's probably personally the best bang for buck dollar wise you could probably buy. Then maybe protein in behind that, because if you can't afford lots of lean cuts of protein supplements are actually a good way to top them up, in my opinion.
Yeah, just a good convenience. We have seen a massive increase, actually. Dan from FitFam and I were having a conversation the other day, and he was saying that the demand for protein has gone up now because so many people have had, weight loss surgery and using the likes of like peptides and stuff like that. And there's like quite literally a global shortage of cows, right? Because they are mass producing protein, so protein's gone, woof, like through the roof, and it's going to be so expensive for quite some time, and then people will probably get sick of, or they won't be able to afford protein at some point before it.
Well, they'll start. Markets usually adjust. They'll just start picking up plant protein and picking up how they synthesize it, or extract it from plants. They'll just improve it. Because what's really funny is we primarily get our protein right from eating other mammals, but if you think of some of the biggest, strongest animals in the world, like a bull, all they do is eat grass.
Yeah.
And they're pretty fucking big. But you need to eat a lot of grass but I think science will catch up on some of that too. They might they'll learn how to extract better maybe. Not sure. But it's interesting.
It'll be, definitely be a learning curve. Yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah, it will be cool. So there's your couple of tips on finances. What's a financial tip for someone who's been up and down with business? And what's one you got? I've had 2 people in the last 2 or 3 days say, don't marry the wrong fucking person. And they were serious, and that was their tip. So you can't say that. That's gone. It's already out the window.
Get a prenup. No.
Yeah, get a prenup. You could do something around debiting. You've got experience in that. Whether you should run your own debits, whether you could... Anything you think of. Get a KiwiSaver when you're young. Just one financial thing you'd recommend for a 20-year-old listening today.
Yeah, well, definitely KiwiSaver. Or being self-employed, I've gone through Generate, through Anna. Anna, she helped me through Generate. But also learning from your financial mistakes. Never make the same financial mistake twice. Don't be a dick. Really learn from it. And there's just different things that you probably don't need to spend money on, but you'll only make that mistake once. Or, marketing. There's free ways for marketing. I've done billboards, and I've got my car sign written. The car sign written is so much more better value for money. Obviously, it's not ideal if you're going through the Macca's drive-through, but it's hard to know, with billboards, or you've got
100%.
free marketing now. You've got buy, sell, swap on Facebook. You've got Marketplace or buy, sell, swap pages. You've got referrals. You've got other ways that you don't have to spend massive dollars on for your marketing.
100%.
Yeah.
I think what you said on the car is a good thing too, because evergreen things in regards to marketing, if people don't know what that is, evergreen just means it's sort of always there. But like, you know, something like you pay for it once on your car, it just keeps getting cycles and cycles and cycles. Whereas if you put it on a billboard, you could track that. You could see, hey, how much calls did I get and how much did I close those calls, and you know, you could dive in and do that. But yeah, what you're saying is if you can do things like do your car or get referrals out of clients you already have, you can do that again and again and again without paying for it and hoping it shotgun works.
Yeah, definitely. Or I often have my business cards at the Turkish shop down at Fraser Cove, which is just up from the supplement store as well. But I always count the business cards before I put them in so I can see how many are actually going.
Yeah, good idea.
Like,
yeah.
I know it's a bit weird, but it's just good to get a gauge on how many are going versus like the billboard. It's very hard to gauge. I mean, some people, unless they tell you, it's kind of like a radio ad. They've got to see it or hear it quite a few times to...
Heaps, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're I know massive companies do that because there's that old thing, 7 points of contact or 7 times hearing something. So if you're KFC, they can just bang on and do ads after ads after ads. But for people with a smaller business and not an unlimited budget, you really want to be wise with your marketing spend is what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. But also doing those things for free. Like I kind of had this perspective and point that I wanted to create such a fierce brand awareness to the point that even if you didn't need me as a PT, that I would still be your first train of thought when you thought of a personal trainer in your area. That even if you didn't need me, I would be your first thought in your brain, even if you didn't like me or thought my content was cringe or you were a male maybe. You'd still think about Boss Lady as your first thought. That's what I wanted to do. I'm the top. I got 100. Oh, how many have I got? 200. I think when you put it into Google, I'm just under 300 Google reviews.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
So when
you get out and about too. You've been in a few newspapers, stuff, etc., which is all helped. And they usually, because of you being out and about in the community, doing events, these sort of things, you've been asked on there, and those are free hits too in a way, aren't they? Because they get on, showcase your brand. You're not paying them. That's another way of marketing without spending money. Although you're putting in sweat equity and putting in effort, but it's in something you believe in anyway when you're promoting things or raising charity. So it's cool. Okay, we've touched on health and wealth. Happiness. How are you happy these days, Louise? and how has that changed from what makes you happy and your outlook on life now compared to when you were 20?
Crazy. Or there's a really good example in like over the last maybe say a couple of years, I did work with like a business mentor, and they were quite solely focused on building the business online, which is definitely where I want to go. But they have quite high financial goals per month to hit. And I mean, we achieved it and it was really good, but it came at like a different cost. It's like this amazing person in the fitness space who ended up earning quite a significant amount of money per month, which is awesome. I like it when people can surpass me. I really thrive off that. I like that. And and she was going on about, I'm really struggling and I don't know how you keep yourself together online and how you do things. But the secret was I was earning less. I was just happier.
Well, there you go.
I was just happier.
Yeah. Getting bigger and making more money sort of comes with its own. Not everyone's cut out for it. They might think they are till they get put in the situation, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. So yeah. We also go on with that too. Oh, the question. How has happiness changed these days? What makes you happy these days compared to 10 years ago, say? Well, how is your outlook on what you needed to do or fitness, or how has that changed over the last decade? Because people change a lot from when they're younger. Happiness might have been, if you're a lad, you know, getting on the purse, going out chasing women around, to now it's going for cold plunges and blah, 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 blah. You know?
Yeah, it definitely changes.
How's your outlook changed over the last decade or so?
I guess obviously initially like the fitness space and stuff can sort of come across a little bit like materialistic or a little bit superficial. I guess it's stripping things back to, once again, like those little things, right? And those little moments and little snippets of happiness, as opposed to the big things. The big things like the house, the car, etc., etc. It's focusing on those things that make you feel good.
Yeah, like the small things.
Yeah, the small things.
Yeah, I try to do that more these days. I was saying to someone the other day when I eat now, I try to eat a bit slower because I'm like, I like eating, so I'm just gonna slow this down because I used to eat and I still can eat like a dog. Like I can eat like a whole plate of food, just boom,
Yeah.
gone. And when I go out with people,
Yeah.
I've eaten my whole plate and they've eaten a quarter.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, if you just slow down, I actually read a while ago, French people are happier in general than people in the UK next to them. And a lot of it was to do with just their meal times.
Yeah.
They cruise with their meal times, like they eat and talk and like drink a glass of wine and be all French, you know, whatever, eat a baguette or something, but they take time eating food because it's one of the most enjoyable things. And I was like, I can do that. So yeah, that's interesting. Like a lot of people say that as they get older, like it's the little things more than when you're younger. You just think, I need a fucking Lambo, I need this, I need that, and blah 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 blah. You know. So cool. Advice to your younger self. You go back and give your 20-year-old self some advice. What would it be? And it can't be don't let the bathwater keep getting higher because you've already said that.
Bit of advice. I guess it's just the self-belief and confidence, and you are exactly who the fuck you think you are.
So what would that be? Say you would tell your 20-year-old self what?
That you're exactly who you think you are.
You're exactly who you think you are.
Yeah.
But what if a 20-year-old is listening right now and they think they're a fuckwit?
Don't be that. Don't be that.
Don't be that. What's a different way to say what you're saying? Maybe be confident in yourself and don't worry what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah, I think it was it Richard Branson with the quote, if you get presented an opportunity, that you just sort of learn as you go, always say yes as well.
Yeah, I like that. I like failing forward, which is kind of like get into it and start doing the thing. And even if you fuck up a few times, you're still ahead of the person who did nothing.
Exactly. Laping everyone on the couch.
I said this the other day on this podcast, actually. I was like, I'm a big fan of that. Like, the person sitting on the couch, the person too scared to, people are going to judge them on social media, the people doing anything. And even if I stumble or trip over or fall on my face for the first 6 steps, 10 steps, by the time I get up, I'm still 5 steps ahead of every other motherfucker on the couch. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So give it a go. And when you're 22, I think the world, you care about the world a lot more than it cares about you. You think, everyone's going to care about. They don't give a fuck. People are too busy getting their kids to school, worrying about their bathtub. They're all worried about their shit way more than they're looking at you. But it's easier said than done. And when you're young, it feels like the world's kind of compressing on you more.
Yeah.
Okay, what's one question you've never been asked that you wish someone asked you?
You know what? Sometimes I wish that someone would ask if I'm okay.
Okay, well, I'm not much of an empath, so that's the end of this podcast.
Yeah. High five.
High five. No, okay, well, that's a good thing. So, yeah, okay. Why is that?
Why don't they ask? Or
no, why would you want them to?
That's such a trick question.
Not really. It's your statement. I'm just asking why. Is it just so you they care, or just to check in, or is it because you bring on quite a hard shell? To be fair,
I?
Yeah, like people probably think, oh fuck, they think that about me too. Fuck it, he's alright. He's hearty, kind of. He'll be sweet. Like you bring off that same thing, I imagine. So people probably just don't ask you because they presume you're sweet.
Yeah, true.
But why is it that you want them to ask you?
I guess because sometimes I'm human too and have struggles as well.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody would probably like that, to be fair. I reckon nearly everyone would probably like that. So, good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what's next for the boss lady herself this year. What's going on?
Boss Lady. So we're going to build the Boss Lady app to 200 members.
Yep, that's on the cards.
Yep, we are looking at creating a product. I have a flavored creatine that we're still testing.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Is it a contentious flavor? Don't tell me it's pineapple.
God no, nah, it's way cooler than that, and it's going to be in time for summer flavor, new look. It's going to be awesome.
So what is it? Is it creatine? Did you say?
Yeah.
No, what? So in a gummy or?
No, definitely no gummies. No gummies around here. Powder.
That's exciting. So you're bringing out your own creatine, flavored creatine.
Yeah.
Trying to grow to 200, and then anything else on the non-business front for the year?
What else have I got on here? I've just been working really hard at building my free fitness community with the software that we use. Obviously, or for those that don't know, the software I use is Macroactive for Boss Lady. And that is the same app that Joseph Rukic used to build his brand and business too. I mean, my biggest goal is to beat Joseph Rukic, so it's on record.
Yeah, I've got it on record here. For people who don't know him, he's a bit of an OG in the PT scene, has a Lambo, cruises around, got in there in the inception of it really, which would have made it a lot easier to get big.
Yeah, so his record, he actually got, although we are a little bit different in terms of niche and approach, but his record was 4,921 sales in one week.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, and he's got a photo at head office at Macroactive with his Nissan Primera in a frame.
That's crazy.
Before he got his Lambo, yeah. Well, a couple of years now, I think, but
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you get that many sales and you're talking $100, $50 or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So, you got quite a bit on the go for the year, maybe going into bodybuilding as well, and just growing so that's a lot. That's enough.
Yeah, definitely. It's enough.
So where can everyone find Louise Watson? I'll put some links in here.
Yeah, good idea. So over on Instagram, Boss Lady Online, Boss Lady Online _ and Boss Lady on Facebook. And what else have we got? Facebook, Instagram. I'm not on TikTok.
You've got a website?
Oh, yes, I do. Bosslady.co.nz.
Yeah. So she'll pop up. She's pretty easy to find on Google. Search her. She has a gazillion Google ratings. She won't be hiding. And where are we going to find this mysterious bathtub creatine double flavor when you get it out?
More announced soon. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on, and I'm sure I will speak with you again in the future. Hopefully, when this creatine comes out and you get 12,000 million sales, and then we can talk about how you become the #1 creatine with this mysterious flavor you are yet to announce.
Excellent. Woo! All right.
Awesome. Thank you.